Okay, hey folks, I'm hoping this isn't too shaky. The road is a little bumpy, and for some reason this camera holder, this phone holder doesn't hold it very still. So hopefully, you know, the phone has the shaky cam thing that'll kind of stabilize it a little bit. Hopefully the audio is good. Okay, I'm going to start off saying this is going to be probably an angry video. I'm a little pissed right now. Where to start? A few days ago, our province of Saskatchewan declared a mask mandate because we have too many cases of COVID coming too quickly, and it's overwhelming our system, our healthcare system, and it's just too much. So in order to prevent the spread, the Saskatchewan government declared that in 3 cities, Regina, Saskatoon, and Prince Albert, anyone indoors in a public space must wear a mask. And this is under the threat of a fine of up to $500, it would appear. They also said like no more than 10 people in a residence, and you know, this and that, like some other precautions, you know, advised to stay social distancing, you know, this stuff. Like they're trying to do the bare minimum but keep the economy moving. And I get it. I disagree with it. I think we ought to be locked down again, and I think we ought to have some sort of support system from our federal government and our provincial governments. But whatever. Okay, I get it. They want us all still working and being out and doing shit. Fine. You don't want to lock down? Fine. Finally, they mandate masks. Okay, great. This is a conservative government. This is the Sask Party government. This is probably, if you weren't looking at Jason Kenney or Doug Ford, you're going to see Scott Moe and the Saskatchewan Party as probably the most conservative government in the entire country. I guess that's not that many other options, right? But that's besides the point. We're probably within the top most conservative governments in the country. And even still, these fucking anti-mask pieces of shit, they come out on every article that somebody shares about mask wearing. And they're just in fucking denial about the reality of the situation, for starters. Like, you still have these idiots calling COVID a hoax. Like, fuck you. Like, come the fuck on, you fucking asshole. People are dying, you fucking callous shit. Okay. So, you've got the hoaxers, the people who believe it's a hoax. So of course they're gonna fucking fight it, and they're not gonna wear a mask. They don't even believe it's a real thing. Then you have the people who say, oh, well, it only kills like less than 1% of people. Again, fuck you. Because that's a lot of fucking people. I'm furious. These fucking assholes. Like, that's a lot of goddamn people dying. That's a lot of families who are impacted by this. That's even if you say that it's a very small number of people who die, it's still not sufficient to just look at the number of people who die. You still have to look at the long-term health effects for a number of people who survive it. Lots of people who survive it have long-term breathing problems. Will never have the same lung capacity as they had before. It has all kinds of wild effects on people. Yes. Maybe you can say, okay, well, I don't give a shit about the people who die, because fuck them, right? Like, who gives a shit? Why should I be empathetic to them or their families? What about all the people who didn't die that still have to live with long-term health effects? Oh, I guess fuck them, right? Like, fuck. Forget those people. So, okay, so what about the fact that now this is all a drain on the healthcare system? Oh, fuck, who cares about that? I don't give a shit about that. It's all fake. It's all bullshit. You have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. A lot of people who are anti-mask, they think that they're being logical. They think, oh, well, I can go to a restaurant and I have to take my mask off to eat, so what's the point of wearing a mask from the door to the table? Well, for starters, it protects the server, or the hostess or host, the person who's walking with you to the table within that 6 feet range, because you're not socially distanced, because they're walking you to your table. It helps protect them. To the people who say that, oh, well, it's not 100% effective, so then it doesn't have any effect at all, you're a fucking idiot, okay? 100% and 0 are not the only fucking options, you dumb motherfucker! Anyway. Yes, I'm pissed the fuck off. If I had an anti-masker in front of me, I might not react very kindly. I'm fucking infuriated by these people. If I have a mask and it reduces the amount of shit I'm spraying on you by 50%, and you have a mask and it reduces the amount of shit you're spraying on me by 50%, and it also stops the amount of shit that I'm spraying on you by an additional 50%, then we've reduced our chance of transmission to 25%. You take half of what comes out of my mouth is caught by my mask because it's right against my face. The other half is caught by your mask. Or not the other half, but half of that other half is caught by your mask. My partner made a good point when we were talking about this a while ago. Like, do you want me to, like, if a person is going to piss on your leg, do you want them to do it on your bare leg, or would you rather have some clothing on your leg so that it can catch the pee and you don't have to wipe it, clean it all off of your leg? Like, come the fuck on. All of your arguments are stupid. It's all about selfishness and fucking, like, the most minor of inconveniences. Do you have asthma? It doesn't matter. Nobody says that you won't be able to breathe through a mask with asthma. We know that a fabric mask allows breathability enough that people with asthma can do it. Do you have, you're afraid of the bacteria that's coming out of your mouth, which is stupid, by the way, catching on the mask and then breathing it back in. Okay, one, that's not how that fucking works. And two, if it's already in your fucking body and you're not sick, breathing it out and breathing it back in is not going to make you sick. You have to recognize that our bodies actually require a certain amount of bacteria as well. Like, you can't just be a bacteria phobe and like think that, oh yeah, well, I don't need any bacteria. Well, I'm sorry, but your digestion, your whole fucking body is filled with bacteria, and a lot of it's really useful. So stop fucking thinking like that. What else? What else do you stupid motherfuckers say? It doesn't matter. None of it makes any goddamn sense. And essentially, like, and now they're talking about my freedoms, my rights. You do not have the right or the freedom to put me in danger. You just don't. I have the right to put myself in danger. This is the same reason that we mandate vaccines before kids can go to schools and shit. Like, you don't have the right to put somebody else in danger. This is a highly transmissible disease. And the idea that you are the one person who is fine and doesn't have to wear a mask is absolute fucking bullshit. I'm so pissed. The stupid thing is that this somehow became an issue that people think they have the right to an opinion on. Like the consensus of experts, scientists from all across the spectrum, from all over the world, all agree that wearing a mask reduces the amount of transmission. Nobody says it's 100% effective. Nobody is saying that it will 100% protect you, for sure. What they say is, as with all things in science or fucking medicine, it will have X percentage of an effect. This effect, like this reduction in transmission, this percentage of effect, is a good enough reason to just wear it, to help the people around you, to protect people that you come into contact with. Like, not only are you incredibly inconsistent in your logic and your thinking, and you have no idea what you're talking about, but you're also just being completely inconsiderate to those around you. To the effect where they had to fucking say, this is now a law and you will be fined if you don't wear a mask indoors. And you still insist. Well, you stupid asshole. I hope you get COVID, and I hope you have a $500 fine because of it. No, it's mean. I don't hope you get COVID. But I certainly fucking hope you get a fine. I hope you get a bunch of them. I hope you get 100 fucking fines. Every day. Fuck you. You fucking prick. Go fight it in court. You'll lose. It's just that simple. You do not have a constitutional right or a charter right, like a charter right to not wear a mask, especially in a business. Businesses have the right to refuse to serve you if you don't do what they want you to do. I know I see a lot of people in the superstore and Walmart not wearing their masks, or you got the dick nose, people sticking their nose out. You're defeating the point of even wearing a mask if you have your fucking dick out. Like, what the fuck? Use your fucking heads, please. For everybody who wears a mask, good on you. Thank you for being considerate to those of us beside you in society. Thank you on behalf of my immunocompromised friends. Their lives matter. Not only, it's not just the healthy, ultra healthy of society that matter, right? The people who think they're immune to every goddamn thing. The elderly matter. Immunocompromised people matter. And whether you believe it or not, it's not a 0% chance that you're one of the people who will die from this thing. Healthy, able-bodied people have died from COVID. Whatever. I don't know how to convince people that have established a baseline of not giving a fuck about reality. My go-to when it comes to finding out things is to see, like, especially when it comes to medicine or health related stuff or like climate change or, you know, any of this stuff. My go-to is to find out who the experts, the scientific consensus is. Like, it's not as though wearing a mask is actually a partisan issue just because you believe it is. Like, it is not a liberal versus conservative issue. Newspapers and magazines and online publications like the Wall Street Journal, which is an incredibly right-wing, conservative publication. Like, the Wall Street Journal is not like some lefty rag. They, you know, filled with socialists who want to change the world and shut down the economy. If anything, that's probably part of why they want to keep the economy open. They want you to wear masks because they know that if everybody wears a mask, then it can reduce the transmission and we can keep the economy open. And the economy being open for people who work for the Wall Street Journal means investment in stocks, job numbers, GDP, things like it actually affects the numbers that they care about. They're not just saying it because it's politically correct or whatever. And, you know, that's all a bunch of bullshit anyway, but you know what I mean. Nah. This has gone long enough. I hope everybody who is an anti-masker gets a bunch of fines. I hope you go bankrupt from them. Personally, whenever I go indoors, I wear a mask. I have a number of them at home and in the car, so I can change out to a clean one regularly. I also drive for Uber, and I know that not everybody thinks about it when they get into a car with somebody. We're all used to living a certain way. Even though we had a lockdown, we all feel like we can get back to normal. But if you get into an Uber, you're supposed to be wearing a mask. And technically, the Uber driver can just refuse to carry you if you don't have a mask on. And they won't face any penalization. If anything, if I'm there and I go to pick you up, I'm entitled to a cancellation fee that you'll be charged because you didn't have a mask. So I don't know what... There's a couple other things that they say that we're supposed to do, but, you know, because we want to be, you know, we want to keep people happy. We want to have our customers, you know, enjoy our company or whatever. So we just, you know, we don't say anything. We say, yeah, go ahead, sit in the front. No, don't worry about opening the window. It's cold out. Yeah, you don't have to wear a mask. Here's some sanitizer. Like, I don't know. It would be great if people could just fucking wear a mask and actually listen to the experts. Like, it's not like, I can't remember his name, the chief medical guy in Saskatchewan. It's not like he's some lunatic, like, it's not like any of them are actually. Like, they're just medical professionals who actually just care about the people in their province or region or country, you know. Like, it's become this thing where, like, Dr. Fauci down in the US is suddenly this villain to the Republicans. Like, they actually thought that if Donald Trump won the election, he would fire Fauci. Except this is a guy who knows what he's talking about. He's not some lunatic who's just, stoking fear for the sake of stoking fear. He's not a member of some conservative, like some conspiracy to keep you from making enough money to live. He wants to keep everybody healthy. And you're stopping him from doing that. That's why the US has over 230,000 people dead right now. Those people mattered. Excuse me. Those people mattered. Their families mattered. The loss matters. And anybody who doesn't see it is heartless. And if you're not willing to wear a mask just to protect those around you, then you're just, at this point, I think you're just a bad person. Sorry to say it, but you are just a bad person. Guess that's it. If you like this video, which I doubt you will, I hope that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check out my podcasts. I've got From Many People's Strength, my Saskatchewan Politics podcast. I've got The Mind of a Skeptical Leftist, which is my show on my own. I usually try to do interviews or chat with people from the secular, atheist, leftist communities that I'm involved in. If you want to be a guest on that show, reach out. If you have something interesting or an interesting story, I'll do an interview with you. I will do an interview with almost anybody. I will not platform people whose ideas are awful. So there's that. And then, of course, I've got my podcast, Skeptarchy, that I do with Eric, Dell, and Kevin. And we talk about the world and society from a lefty, skeptical perspective. Kind of like my other show, The Mind of a Skeptical Leftist, but with like people who are smarter than I am. So check those out. I think I'll provide some links in the show notes or in the description box of this video. If not, it's skeptarchy.com is a good place to go. Anchor.fm/skeptical leftist is a good place to go, and anchor.fm/from many peoples is a good place to go. Also, you can look for those things on Facebook or Twitter. I have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/skeptical leftist. I work a lot out of my car, so that's me. But every dollar that I get, it's set up on a monthly basis. Every dollar that I get on Patreon is a dollar I don't have to make driving around in my car. So, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.